Broadcasting live from Kool FM. This is koolNews Today. Here's what matters for this afternoon, February 26, 2025. I'm Stephen Numanek Del Sol for koolNews Today. Transport Secretary Vince Dizon is turning up the heat on the Land Transportation Office, demanding a drastic improvement in the agency's sluggish processing of license plates. Just a week after slamming the slow rollout of plates in his first press conference, Dizon challenged the LTO to release plates for newly registered vehicles within 3 working days. The DOTR chief also pressed the LTO to resolve its massive backlog, particularly the 9 million plus unissued motorcycle plates dating back to 2014. The Commission on Audit recently exposed the scale of the problem, revealing in its latest report that over 9.1 million motorcycle plates remain undelivered as of 2023. COA attributed the backlog to insufficient funding, procurement delays, and logistical lapses, noting that many registrants have paid for their plates but were still waiting years later. In addition to motorcycle plates, the COA found that 1.69 million pairs of motor vehicle replacement plates paid for by registrants as early as 2015 have yet to be produced and distributed. These undelivered plates amount to a staggering 763.55 million pesos in fees collected without fulfillment. Dizon made it clear that accountability was now the name of the game. He announced plans to set strict deadlines for the LTO, stating that without a clear time frame, inefficiencies will persist. The 14-year-old Chinese boy who was snatched by an unidentified armed group last February 20 was found by authorities after he was abandoned by his abductors in Parañaque City Tuesday night. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla Jr. said that the victim is a student from an exclusive school in Metro Manila. The boy was found abandoned along Macapagal Avenue in Parañaque City and was immediately brought to a hospital for medical examination. Remulla said the abductors severed one of the boy's fingers. Authorities said no ransom was paid. Meanwhile, the PNP PIO Chief Colonel Randolph Tuano said that the boy was found by members of the Police Anti-Kidnapping Group or the PNP AKG and military trackers. Remulla said police trackers suspect that the captors of the Chinese student were still in the area when the boy was found. The student was picked up by a family driver after attending a school activity, but he never returned home. His family reported the incident to authorities after repeated attempts to contact them proved futile. This is koolNews Today. The palace on Wednesday said the Senate majority may proceed with sending a letter requesting President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to order the convening of a special session for VP Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. Press officer Attorney Claire Castro made the pronouncement amid a deadlock between Marcos and Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero, who both insist that the directive to conduct a special session should come from the other. Asked who could initiate the letter to Marcos, Castro, who at this point separated herself as a lawyer from her government post, suggested that Senate Minority Leader Aquilino Coco Pimentel can do so. This is because it was also Pimentel who wrote a letter to Escudero to immediately act on the impeachment complaint filed against Duterte. Castro then said that Marcos may accept the letter as it still conforms to his previous statement that he would wait for a letter of request from the Senate to conduct a special session before calling one himself. VP Sara Duterte was impeached at the House of Representatives level on February 5, while the petition to block the impeachment was submitted by her before the Supreme Court on February 18. In the international news, Palestinian sources involved in negotiations on Monday told the Saudi newspaper Asharq al-Awsat that discussions between Israel and Hamas through mediators aim to return to Israel the bodies of 2 hostages in the coming hours. Israeli officials, however, denied the report, telling the outlet I-24 News they are based on incorrect information. According to the Saudi report, in exchange for the bodies of the murdered Israelis, 602 Palestinian prisoners will be released, including 47 released in the Shalit deal. Israel previously delayed the release slated for Saturday, citing the humiliating ceremonies and violations of the ceasefire by Hamas. Hours after 6 living captives were returned that day, the Prime Minister's office announced that Israel would delay the release of the Palestinian prisoners due to Hamas' repeated violations, including ceremonies that humiliate our hostages and the cynical exploitation of our hostages for propaganda purposes, and added that the release of the terrorists will be delayed until the release of the next hostages has been assured and without the humiliating ceremonies. For more news and headlines, keep it up here on Kool FM. I'm Stephen Liwanag Del Sol. Good day.
Serving
Serving the stories that care for you. This is your station. This is home. This is Cool FM.